Do not testify falsely against your neighbor. When we hear the word testify, we no doubt take ourselves into the context of a courtroom, right? Where we might find ourselves put on under oath and having to give a testimony, an accounting, our memory of something. Memory is a funny thing. It's not always accurate. One of the things that we know is that eyewitness accounts are notoriously unreliable. Our memories just aren't as good as we think they are. We see things that aren't there, or we completely miss things that are right in front of us. But still, there's times where we have to give a testimony, an accounting of something. And yes, sometimes that takes place in a courtroom, and certainly in a courtroom we have not only laws, but just a common understanding that what is said under oath is to be truthful. It's not supposed to be a false witness. It's supposed to be truthful, even when the truth isn't very exciting or flattering. But are there other times where we might testify, either for or maybe against our neighbor? Certainly, we find that happening when we're giving an account or telling the truth in love. But there's times where we also falsely do it. And I think it goes by another name. It's called rumors, right? And maybe it's not only just rumors. Have you ever talked about someone behind their back? And if you're shaking your head, think again. You probably have. We all have. We do that, right? We sometimes say things about somebody, even if we know it's not entirely true, because somehow it makes the story better. And in doing so, we're causing harm. So testifying against or for our neighbor has to be done truthfully. And we'll find that when we do it truthfully, it does come out of love, right? And I'm not talking about backstabbing somebody or talking behind their back. I'm talking about there's times when we need to care for one another by telling the truth about one another. I remember when I was a kid, I once got in trouble by my parents because I had lied about crossing the street with the help of a friend's parent. I didn't actually have that help, and it was quickly found out that I didn't. Why? Because my parents called to make sure, and instead of covering for me, my friend's parent simply said, "No, I didn't." They were telling the truth. They were testifying truthfully, and it was against me. But it was for the sake of love. It was for the sake of my safety and my well-being. You see, there's a common link when we look at the commandments, isn't there? There's a common link of caring for one another. There's a common link of making sure we are looking out for one another and not doing something that would be malicious or harmful. And so this one, do not testify falsely against your neighbor. Why? Because it simply harms. Amen.